Hello, my name is John from CMR Electrical, and today I'm going to talk to you about our BREEAM water detection system, which is called a BLDA1-2. This is WAT 02 and WAT 03 accredited. Not only does this alarm detect the rate of flow of water where it exceeds a certain amount, but it also detects the continuous water flow as well. So over here we have our system set up with a K10 water meter. So this will send out one pulse to every 10 litres. We also have a very large ball valve here connected to our alarm panel. I'm going to first of all show you the bottom PCB board. So at the bottom left here, this is where you'll connect your live earth and neutral wires set at 230 volts. Moving along, this is where you would connect your shutdown valve. The next terminal is for a common alarm that would connect to your BMS. Moving along, you'll have your connections for your water meter. The next terminal block will be for your pulse output. So this is again connect to your BMS, and this will determine and detect what your water usage is. On the far right, you can connect as an option a beacon, a flash and audible beacon, and an SMS text messaging unit. So on the front of the PCB board, at the moment, the screen says we're in high flow watch. So obviously that tells us that at this moment in time, this is where we're most likely to use the most amount of water. And at the moment, the status is normal, so it's not detected any water leaks or any abnormalities. So I'm now going to show you, by clicking this button, what the options are for the panel. So if I collect the next window, it will tell you the day's date and the time. It's really important that these are set. And at the moment, it's determined what is the amount of water flow that's going in litres. So page 2 of 8, so this will tell us what the high water time watch times are. So at the moment it's set between 7 o'clock in the morning and 7:30 p.m. And I'll show you in a minute how this can be adjusted. Page 3 will tell us over that high flow period of time, what is the maximum rate of flow recorded and what the minimum rate of flow is recorded. Now it's 0 at the moment because we're not connected with any water. Page 4 will tell us again what the low flow rate is. So what's the maximum amount that was recorded ever in the low flow rate and what the minimum amount of flow was during the low flow rate. And you can use these values after about a week of usage to then determine how you can adjust it to meet your own requirements. Page 5 is the pulse rate. So obviously we have already set this to 10 litres per pulse, which will then obviously register with the meter we have at the moment. Page 6 of 8. So this is what our limit is. So at the moment it's set at 140 litres rate of water flow for 10 minutes. And obviously if the alarm panel detects anything above that water flow rate, it will then go into a flash and an audible alarm. Page 7 of 8. Very similar, but for the low flow rate. So this one will be set at 40 litres for 10 minutes. And obviously then we'll go back to the main alarm. So now I'm going to put it into an alarm. So there's a little test button here at the bottom. As you can hear, the alarm's gone off and it's flashing. And I'm going to just press mute. And you can see here that the ball valve is obviously closed. Now, it's really important that obviously you can turn the water back onto the building. So over here on the right hand side, I can click this button here. And you can see the valve is now open, enabling the water to go back into the building. So what I'm now going to show you is using the right hand buttons over here. I'm going to show you how you can adjust and program it to meet your own specific requirements for your building. So now I'm going to show you how you can program the BREEAM water detection alarm and to suit your own needs. So the first thing we're going to do is there's a push button here that says set up. So I'm going to hold the button for 3 or more seconds. It will go into a noise. So now I can start adjusting parameters. So the first screen here tells me what the meter pulse rate is. Now this is really important that this matches the water meter that you have connected it to. So at the moment I've connected a K10 water meter, so this is set correctly. But let's say I wanted to change it. Let's say I had a bigger water meter. So there's a button at the top here that says change. So I'm now going to click the change. So you can see it now adjust to 100 litres per pulse. So it's a lot bigger water meter. But it could be a case that your application you're building is a lot smaller. So again, I can press the change button to just 1 litre per pulse. Now, once you have changed it to whatever one you have, so those are your 3 options, you'll click OK to save it. It's really important that you do click on the OK button, otherwise it won't save the changes that you are making. So I'm going to click on the OK, which has saved it. Now it's going to go on to the next screen. So this screen here will determine at what point it will go into an alarm. So for the high flow window, I have set it currently at 140 litres in 10 minutes. But let's say that was too low and I wanted to change it. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to click the move button because I want to move the cursor to the right. So I'm going to move it along and I want to adjust this. So I'm going to click the change button at the top here and you can see now it's set at 240 litres in 10 minutes. So let's say that's great. So I'm now going to click OK. Now I can obviously change the time period as well. So just to show you this, let's say I wanted to move it to 20-minute time frame. So you have a lot of flexibility in what rate you want to detect and go into alarm if it reaches that certain amount. So anyway, I'm going to click OK and it'll go into my low flow time period. And again, I can change the parameters accordingly. So I'm going to go next. And this is where it will then tell you the date and the time. It's really important that you can record on the alarm panel the exact date and the time. So again, let's say it wasn't the 30th of June. So I'm just going to change that and I can adjust it to the 20th of June 2023. But let's change it back to what we were. And I'm going to click OK because remember, you've got to click OK to save anything you put on the screen. So I'm going to click OK. And let's say Tuesday, yeah, I'm happy with that date as well. Now this alarm panel will be the alarm to go into when it detects continuous flow. So at this moment in time, it's set for 2 minutes. So what this means is the alarm panel will go into alarm if it does not detect any water flow under 2 minutes in 5 minutes. So if, for example, you had a leak, there would always be continuous water going through the pipe constantly, drip by drip, so there's a leak. So setting this function here will determine that if there is a continuous water flow, that means there's a problem and the alarm panel will recognize that and will go into alarm. So again, you can adjust this by moving it along and clicking change. So I can change it to 3 minutes over a 5-hour window. So let's say I'm okay with that. And again, I can adjust the time period here. So let's say I wanted to go over to 7 hours. So it's going to detect and monitor over a 7-hour window period at the moment, etc. Right, moving on to the next panel here, I can then adjust the time periods of when the high flow window is. So at the moment on the Monday, it's set accordingly to 7 o'clock in the morning to 7:30 p.m. in the evening. Now I might be right for Monday, so let's go next. Tuesday, let's say, yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with the high flow reading for Tuesday, Wednesday. But let's say, I don't know, Sunday. I don't know, you had you're in a kind of disco or an area where you have a high flow at a very late time in the evening. So let's say I want to move and change this. So I'm going to go and move. I'm happy with the morning. So let's go OK. But the evening one, I want to increase. So I'm going to increase it to 12:30 in the morning, for example. So I'm going to click OK. Again, it's really important you click OK to save all your changes. Now, that's all of the options. And when you've gone through all of the options, it will go back to the main alarm panel, which says at the moment it's at a high flow status and there is no water leaks at this moment in time. So I hope you've enjoyed our video on the BREEAM water detection for the BLDA1-2. Please visit our website where there'll be more detailed information like our manual and our information sheet, which will go through step by step what I've just talked about in the video. Otherwise, please contact us at sales@cmrelectrical.com or give us a call. Thank you very much.